first thing I want to say is you're the inspiration behind my locks, bro.
Oh, wow.
So thank you for doing yours.
That's
bro.
crazy. That's the first time somebody's ever said that to me.
Bro, I just crossed over 3 years. Actually, I started growing them when I first got to NGEN. Yeah. So how many years you got?
Almost 7.
Almost 7 years, bro.
Yeah.
No signs of cutting, right?
No. I told my wife to tell me tell me when my hairline starts receding and I need to cut them, because I see a lot of people hang on to them too long. So it's all in her hands.
Yeah. You the inspiration behind mine, man. I just want to dive real quick, man, and go the backstory behind the artist himself, the name.
Yes,
for those people who are new to CHH and they see your name buzzing and they see you on social media. No big deal.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So the real backstory is that was my Twitter name at first. There was like a trend of having like these self-deprecating Twitter names at the time, and I wanted to get in on that before I was even rapping. And then when I was trying to choose a rap name, I appreciated when people could work in their actual name into the rap name. And my name is Dylan, so that's that DYL at the end, like Ludacris. His name is Chris. So I was trying to think of something, and then I was like looking at my Twitter name, like, actually that's kind of fire, because like it conveys humility, you know what I mean, already. But it used to be stylized with like capital N, capital B, capital D, and I was like, if I make it all lowercase with a period, then I can convey that it's not about me, it's about something bigger than me, and I can convey that humility even more with the stylization of the name. So that's how we got to it's technically all lowercase with a period, and that's how we got to that.
Man, as you started to grow in CHH, like you just said, man, you was calling yourself that on Twitter before it even popped, right?
Right.
What sets you apart? What sets you apart from the artists the artists that will be watching this part and was like, yo, how did he get from here to here to here?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, my story, so I think right now what happens is because of the internet age, like people want to just like drop something and it just kind of go viral or get hot, and now they're in, my position, which, I mean, sometimes that happens, but that's like a much more rare story than my story and what typically happens. What happened for me is I've been making music since I was 9 years old, and I've been doing like talent shows, open mics, whoever would have me, since my teenage years, or even a little bit younger. I started doing spoken word poetry, and then it turned into rap like in 6th grade, and I've been doing it since then. I went to MTSU for I thought I was going to do audio production, but it changed to music business. So I had been like grinding on that and grinding for that, and then I interned at different record labels in Nashville and in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, doing whatever, like sweeping floors, mopping, taking out the trash, kind of paying my dues. And in that period, like, people saw my work ethic. They're like, okay, we're going to give you some more responsibility because of how you handle that responsibility. So now you can do merch. Now you can be a road manager, and so I road managed a lot of the guys in the space, like a lot of the older guys, Derek Minor, Triple E, Tadashi, before anybody ever knew me. And while I was doing that, I was all in on that. Like a lot of them, I was on Lecrae's bus before anybody knew who I was. I was just a merchandise manager. And he made a comment later. He was like, you never showed me any of your music while you were on the bus. I was like, because I didn't want to be that person. But now, like, that's like one of the reasons that Crae has always supported. Like, when he saw I had a dope song that was picking up steam, he's like, dang, this is the dude who was like serving us all that time and didn't even try to like push it on me. Like, I'm definitely gonna like tweet about this, put it on my IG story. And a lot Derek Minor, Crae, Andy, all them, they all have like they gave me that, like, that platform and that spotlight. And I think a lot of people just think like, yo, why aren't they doing that for me? And it's like, bro, there was a whole lot behind the scenes. Like, it wasn't I just had a hot song and they just put it up there. It's like they've known me now for, almost 6 years, So, yeah.
Dude, no big deal inside Marcus in the Morning, NGEN Radio, NGENradio.com, Artist Spotlight. Bro, I love it what you just said, because a lot of the artists follow you. A lot of artists follow you because of the space that you're in and how you're using social media and how you're buzzing. And you just dropped a gem on the backstory of, man, yo, I've been putting in this work. Mm-hmm. Bro, when we're sitting around and we're talking CHH and the fan base is talking CHH, your name always comes up because of your style of rapping, right? Mm-hmm. What do you feel like you're going to take CHH compared to mainstream? Because I think you guys are Indie Tribe. I think you guys are making a new wave, and to where the mainstream has to go. Wait, what's going on with that?
Yeah, I mean,
so yeah, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, I mean, anytime that we, we have friends in the mainstream in our respective cities, and anytime like I interact with those guys and we show them music, like we always get love from them. I think people try to set up like this tension or dichotomy between like Christian and mainstream that isn't really there on the mainstream side. Like it's only there on our side. Like they're like, if it's dope, it's dope. I'm sure there's some people who don't appreciate it, but I'm saying like everybody I show it to, they appreciate it. It's more about breaking down those doors of like touring, radio, playlists and stuff like that. It's not really breaking doors down between the artists. Artists respect good art. You know what I mean? You look at somebody like Kirk Franklin, like everybody respects Kirk because he's excellent and he's been excellent. Like they don't care mainstream or Christian or not. Kirk can go anywhere. Kirk's on everybody's album. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're trying to do with Christian hip hop. Like it's actually a good illustration. Like we're trying to be that. You know what I mean? Like I love Jesus. I'm always gonna love Jesus. I'm never gonna say I'm not a Christian. I'm never gonna like. There's no way. You know what I'm saying? But I think people get a little bit confused because I don't see the walls that other people see in it, and like Indie Tribe doesn't see the walls that other people see in it. We're like, we love Jesus and we're gonna go hard with this music, you know. But I think a lot of it is like actually how you approach those people in real life. Like I think that like I'm friends with the rappers in Nashville who are mainstream. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta build it in your city. You gotta build it brick by brick. Again, people just want to put out a song, you know, in CHH and it be on mainstream playlists and mainstream people be rocking with it. It's like, how many mainstream people in your city do you go to their shows? Do they come to your shows? Do you invite them to stuff? Do you put on your projects? You know, like I got mainstream people from my city on lowercase tape and they know what I'm about, so they honored that. Like they didn't say anything wild or nothing. They believed in the concept of the song, all that. Like you can build those bridges, you know. So not to ramble, but yeah.
I mean, and I think this is a good side of an interview that people get the chance to see, because people don't. Again, they see the followers and they see the fame and they see the end game, and nobody actually knows their backstory. So it's really good that you're talking about that. But I want to talk about that Indie Tribe, dude.
Yes, sir.
We're looking at it and like it's the next wave, bro. I saw you at Sierra Fest. Couldn't get to you. To cry so many people.
Oh man.
And man, like you guys performed. I'm still trying to think of the name of the song y'all performed for the first time.
Holy Smoke.
That was there, but then I know. Holy Smokes, that's what it is, yeah. And 24K is a new one that's out. But, man, let's talk about Indie Tribe, the formation of it, why, the backstory on Indie Tribe.
Yeah, man. So Indie Tribe was also a thing that was like, I started way back in 2014, you know, and people are just hearing about it now, but it was always this idea of the kind of the new era of the music industry. I could see that like the traditional label thing, it just was not something that I feel like is going to be the future of music. So I see these excellent independent artists who can instead of trying to compete against each other and like just one person beat everybody else. It's like we could pool our resources and make a lot of noise together to break through the noise of the major labels. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be like us against each other trying to get picked by a major label. It should be us together trying to compete with the major labels, not each other. You know what I'm saying? So that's like in essence what Indie Tribe is. It's like it's a completely different structure. I don't own any of their masters. Everybody on Indie Tribe owns their masters. Everybody owns the exact same. Everybody has the exact same ownership in Indie Tribe. Like, and yes, I'm talking about money. On the back end, because people don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? People don't want to give equal value. I'm talking about everybody on Indie Tribe. Yes, DJ Mike LV has the exact same cut of Indie Tribe that I have, because I want everybody to feel like this is their thing, and that's why you see all of us going so hard, because there's no hierarchy. Everybody owns their own stuff, so they don't feel like they're being taken advantage of it. They feel like this is something that is just as much them as it is me. So I think what we're seeing is the fruit of that, the fruit of a unit that feels equally valued, and feels like Indie Tribe is equally is equal parts their artistic DNA as much as it is Mowgli's or mine or John's or Michael's or whoever. So like yeah.
I want to ask you this, bro, and dive deep if you need to on it. And this is the faith side of it, man. When what I'm doing, what you're doing, it's ministry, right? How do you balance the business and the ministry of this thing? Because people come to you all the time. And he's like, "Yo, do it for the Lord," right?
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, "I am."
Right,
you know what I mean?
right.
Like, how do you balance? Yeah.
Yeah. I just think it's I try to approach music the way that I approach everything else in my life as a Christian. You know what I mean? You can't set aside your faith and your Christian ethics and principles and morality to do anything in your life, especially not like your job. You got to bring that in. So for me, it's like, the principles of generosity, of humility, of giving honor, of pointing to a joy and love and relationship with Jesus. I can't take a break from that, for music. So like how that relates to business is, when I'm making deals with people, like I try to think of what the standard is, because I'm well versed in the standards of the business, and then I do more than that. You know what I'm saying? Like, when we're making decisions, I try to yield to the people around. I was talking about this on the other part of the interview, but like Philippians 2 is always in play. Adopting the attitude of Jesus Christ and not doing anything out of selfish ambition or conceit, and not looking out to your own interests, but considering the others around you is more important than yourself. That's like my guiding principle. People know that I read, if it's my show in the green room, we read Philippians 2 before we go out on stage. You know what I mean? So like, really, it could all be boiled down. If you read Philippians 2, that's what we try to bake into all of our business deals, our performances, everything. I'm not saying we hit that mark every time. We definitely don't. But we also are safe and covered in the Savior, and he will correct us when we need to be corrected. But yes, if I had like a way to wrap up our guiding principle, it would be Philippians 2.
Yeah, that's a perfect way to wrap this up, man. It's a pleasure. First time having you on Marcus in the Morning. Actually talking to you one-on-one. I really wanted to, when I knew I had this interview, I was like, I got to tell bruh, he inspired my locks, bro.
That's so crazy.
So yeah, bro. So that's dope, man. We continue to rock with your music and continue to support you, bro. Continue to push Christ. Continue to push the genre and continue to push Indie Tribe with your career, bro.
Thank you, man. I appreciate y'all having me.